Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment, and welcome to the conversation. This is a new segment called Behind the Scenes, where we take a deeper look into movies and how they're made. Before we get started, there are many ways you can help this channel. One way is going in the description below and clicking on the movie selection I have this time. Casablanca, Blade Runner, and LA Confidential. I took 3 movies from different eras of filming that are great noirs. Great way to get into the genre. You can get into it classically with Casablanca, a neon noir like Blade Runner, or one that pays homage to the classics, LA Confidential. Other ways you can help are like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation, but most importantly, please share this video. Let people know that there's a community out there where we can talk about the things we love. In this first segment of Behind the Scenes, we're looking at Logan Noir and how it is not noir. Let's define what the noir is, though. This is a debate among film lovers whether it is a genre or a style. I can see the argument for both, but I lean towards saying it's a genre as opposed to a style, or it's a stylized genre, if you want to go like the middle of the road route. Like all genres, there are key components to it. Noirs mostly center around crime, violence, anti-heroes, and morally ambivalent stories. The next key component would be lighting, which some people would argue that's what makes it a style and not a genre. Lighting is a storytelling tool for the director, just like anything else. It helps tell the story. Very useful for the show don't tell, and good noirs don't have a whole lot of exposition. They use a lot of visual storytelling, and lighting is a very key aspect of visual storytelling in noirs. And let's remember those for when we get to Logan Noir. Simply putting a colored movie into black and white does not make it noir. Before we get into why Logan Noir is not a noir, I made 2 brick films as examples of what's a noir and what's not a noir, and I used similar lighting techniques for both of them. I'm also going to show them in color and black and white back to back, because Logan Noir was partially filmed like a noir. James Mangold used a lot of natural lighting, and I'll explain it just a little bit after this.
I went to the alley to get the truth, and it came from her, of all people. What a joke. I went to the alley to get the truth, and it came from her, of all people. What a joke. Nope, not me. I'm not your guy. Not gonna happen. Just, nope. It's just not. Okay, let's go. Nope, not me. I'm not your guy. Not gonna happen. Just, nope. It's just not. Okay, let's go.
Now let's talk about Logan itself. Part of my preparation for this behind the scenes was watching the movie a few times. The way it was released in theaters, in color, in black and white, but also with the commentary, because I actually wanted to know what prompted James Mangold to come out with a noir version. And part of the production of this movie was he used as much natural lighting as possible. He makes a comment in the commentary that most movies, especially superhero movies, are lit in such ways so they can make the actors look their very best. But he wanted to make a more grounded, grittier, darker movie. Something a little more realistic, for as realistic as a movie about mutants can be. So he used as much natural lighting as possible, and he also used that lighting in such a way where it would highlight certain things, like noirs do. So he used noir in a style that way. And one of the things that prompted him to come out with Logan Noir as an add-on to the release of the Blu-ray and stuff was when he was shooting, he would take some of these stills from the movies, put them in black and white, and post them on social media. And the fans seem to love it, and that's where he got the idea to make Logan Noir. But let's see if Logan actually meets the key components to make a noir. It's got the lighting, and I think like probably the best argument for this movie as far as lighting goes is when Logan is forcing the bullets out of his body. That whole scene where he's in this bathroom is just, that's like classic noir down to the bone. You could take that scene and put it into any kind of like noir setting, it would work. Okay, it has the anti-hero, because if anything, Logan is an anti-hero. Crime, there's crime in it, but it's not the central plot point. Morally ambivalent story? No, it's pretty wrong to force people, I mean, even though they don't know it, force people to consume your product and then essentially like perform eugenics through it so that mutants are no longer like naturally born, but they are made in laboratories. That's basically what happens in Logan, or at least that's what they're fighting against. That's what the kids are running away from. And complex characters, they definitely got complex characters, but it doesn't meet everything that makes it a genre. The crime aspect. So it's mostly there. I'll tell you what genre it is, though. It is most certainly a Western. James Mangold goes on and on in his commentary of how much he loves Westerns and how Shane was kind of like an inspiration for Logan. I mean, he even uses Shane in the movie. And he even picked certain locations, like especially during that desert area with the facility that Logan and Professor Xavier and Caliban live at. A lot of dust gets kicked up there, and he wanted to have that look and feel of a Western to it. And it's a really Western story. Cowboy that's out on his own. Maybe he's with some people, but he gets brought in to help some people in need. He doesn't necessarily want to help them because what good can he possibly do? He just wants to look out for his own. Yes, noirs have that, but this is really a Western. And the first time I tried watching Logan Noir, and I was really excited for it because I do like the style of it, but I also like the story of it. And watching it for the first time in black and white, I watched maybe 20 minutes and I turned it off because it just kind of took me out of the experience. I was missing a lot of the input there. Turning it into black and white focuses more on other things instead of letting you see the entire picture. And to me, just the movie Logan doesn't work that way. It's great that it has that lighting like that, and it's used very well to tell the story, but turning it just black and white just doesn't add anything to it. It takes away from it, in my opinion. There's one thing in here I wanted to talk about off topic. You know the scene after Logan injects himself with like the super juice and he runs through the forest and he kills a bunch of people? In the commentary, James Mangold calls that Logan's Run. The reason why noirs are crime movies is because of the mystery aspect. Using the lighting as part of the narration helps to tell a mystery. And Logan just doesn't really have the mystery aspect to it. I mean, yeah, it's like, what is this thing that they're building in this tank, which ends up to be X-24, which is just a clone of Logan. But really no mystery beyond that. It just used a stylized lighting choice. It's not a proper noir. To give even a better example of how turning something black and white simply doesn't make it noir, Mad Max Fury Road Chrome Edition. I've heard other arguments from other YouTube channels saying how simply turning Mad Max Fury Road black and white was really kind of dumb because a lot of the characters talk about the green place. And if it's in black and white, unless you keep the green green, it's pretty dumb. So I won't be making a video on how Mad Max Fury Road isn't noir because it's just that simple. So Logan Noir, Mad Max Fury Road Chrome Edition, they're not noirs. They're just stylized lighting choices. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with me on what film noir is. I'd love to hear from you. I already know what my next behind the scenes is going to be. It's going to be on my favorite all-time TV show, MASH. But I'm not just going to talk about the TV show. I'm going to talk about from the very beginning to the end, where the idea for the book came from to the end of the series. Please also let me know in the comments below what you thought of this first video essay in this new series behind the scenes. And what would you like to see down the road? If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people would like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.